Hi everybody, good morning. Today is Friday and I have a very full message board for you today. I actually have one, two, three, four messages for you today. So let's get started right away, huh? Okay, message one. Yesterday, Miss Laura in her video gave you an idea. She read a story. It was with Wemberly and the star popsicle that she got. And Miss Laura talked about, in a story, there's something that happens in the beginning, and then some things that happen in the middle, and some things that happen at the end. And Miss Laura said, hey, maybe with your family you can do a family story. And you can use a paper and a pencil or something to write with, and somebody in your family can help you. And together, maybe you could write a story. And you can think about, well, what happens first, and then what happens next, and what happens last. So some things to think about when you're writing a story. So did you write a story with somebody in your family? Or did you think about a story? I'm going to have to think about writing a story too. I'll think of some ideas. Okay, message two. I wrote a special word, and I'm wondering if you've ever heard it before. It says tadpole. Do you know what a tadpole is? Well, I have some. I had a special surprise in my mailbox a few days ago. Miss Chris sent me in the mail some tadpoles. So I'm going to show you what those are. I'm going to take my camera here. And I have this new special terrarium. And inside are little tadpoles, 2 of them. And tadpoles will grow up and turn into frogs. So this is what a baby frog looks like when it comes out of the egg. So you see one is kind of sitting over here, and it looks like it's sitting in something weird and dirty. That's the food. And I'll show you. I have this little bag. This is the tadpole food. And when you put it in there, the water kind of starts to break it apart. So that's why it looks like it's dirty. And there's one tadpole sitting way over here. And they live in this special box with water. And I had to put some special drops in the water to help make it clean. And I got to put some plastic floating plants in it so that there's a little bit of green in there for them. So those are my new tadpoles, or baby frogs. Pretty cool, huh? So we'll get to watch those and see how they grow and see what kind of frogs they turn into. I know these are going to turn into a special kind of frog called a leopard frog. Sounds pretty cool, huh? And we'll watch and see, but there's a couple different kinds of leopard frogs. There's like brown colored ones and green colored ones. So we'll have to wait and see as these tadpoles are growing to see what kind of leopard frog it will turn into, right? And I wrote another special word. This is a really long one. It says metamorphosis. Whoa, can you say that? Metamorphosis. Huh. So metamorphosis is the word that people use to talk about how a tadpole grows into a frog. Or sometimes people call that a life cycle. And I have a special paper I'm going to show you. This came in the mail with my tadpoles. And it's showing you how a tadpole grows. So it starts over here. First, a frog will lay eggs. And then the eggs will hatch into a tadpole. So that's what I have right now, 2 tadpoles. So it kind of looks like a round part here with a long tail, and it has a little eye and a mouth. And then next, the tadpole will start to change. Look, this tadpole now has back legs. So when the tadpole gets back legs, I need to put something in the water for the tadpole to sit on, because it's going to have to start to rest its legs. It's not really a swimming thing anymore. Soon it's going to turn into a hopping frog. And next, the tadpole will get its front legs too. So it's starting to look more like a frog, but it has this long tail. And frogs don't have tails, so it's not done growing yet, but it will then finish growing, finish its life cycle, and become a frog with 4 legs and eyes and a mouth and no tail anymore. And then it can hop, hop, hop around. So pretty cool, huh? We're gonna watch the metamorphosis. We're gonna watch all those changes in the tadpoles when I make videos, and we'll get to see how they're changing, okay? So I'm really excited to see what happens and what kind of leopard frog these tadpoles turn into. Okay, for message 3, I was thinking, since we're talking so much about tadpoles and frogs, I have a question for you. Can you move like a tadpole? Can you make your body move like a tadpole? Let's look again. Tadpole is over here. Does it have arms? Does it have legs? Nope. How do you think a tadpole moves and swims through the water? Doesn't have arms, so you probably have to tuck your arms down. Can you pretend you have a tail and wag it around? Can you move your body like a swimming tadpole? What about, can you move like a frog? Because one day these tadpoles will be frogs. Can you move like a frog? What does a frog look like? Boing, boing, boing. It hops up and down and up and down. How many times can you hop like a frog? Can you do it 1 time? Can you hop 5 times? You'll have to count. How many times can you hop like a frog? You can try that at home. Yeah. And maybe you can pretend to be different kinds of frogs. Maybe you want to pretend to be a leopard frog. Or maybe you can think of a different frog that you want to be. Or what other animal hops like a frog? There's a lot of choices. Yeah, I wonder if you can count how many times you can hop like an animal. It's a good exercise for your legs. Okay, and finally, message 4, I thought, let's check the plants. Remember in my last video, it was Earth Day, and I showed you about some different seeds and some different plants and how you can put them in dirt and to see if they will grow. So I thought, let's check on those and see if anything happened. So I first brought over the white pot I used, and I'll put the camera over by it. Do you see anything yet? Is anything growing? I don't see anything yet. It's only been a couple days. Sometimes seeds need more time, but I am going to put some more water in it because I want to make sure that they have everything they need to start growing. Just like people, plants need water to drink up. There. So I'll put this one back in my sunny area. Well, when the sun comes out, I hope it will be the sunny area. And remember, I also planted a special seed that I got from a fruit. Do you remember which fruit? It was a cantaloupe, that orange melon. I actually brought my bowl over with the seeds. Remember I was showing you how I was soaking them first? A lot of them sank to the bottom, and there's only a few still floating on the top. So I have all these seeds that sank that when I researched and asked my questions on the internet, people were telling me, yes, those are the seeds, the ones that sink. Those are the ones you want to plant. So I think I might be ready to plant the rest of my seeds today. I'll do that a little bit later. But remember, I said I was going to do an experiment because it can be hard to wait before you have to do something. And I really wanted to see what would happen. So remember, I planted one in my egg carton to see. Do you see anything yet? Nope, not there either. And that's okay. I know it can take a few days before seeds are ready to start growing, but I'll make sure this one has water too. Okay, so since these cantaloupe seeds are probably ready to go, I'm going to plant them in the other spots and then we'll see. Will they start to grow? I'm really excited to see what happens. All right. Thanks for watching today, everybody. I'm going to keep looking at the tadpoles to see if there's any changes coming. We'll be watching the seeds to see if there's any changes coming. And maybe you can pretend to be a tadpole at your house, or maybe you can pretend to be a frog at your house. Really wondering how many times you can hop. How many times can your legs lift you up into the air like a frog or another jumping animal, right? next week on Monday, Miss Laura will be back with another video, and I will see you next week, Tuesday. Bye, everybody.